Here we have our final rendering of the control arm for the scirocco. We will gain all of our camber adjustment from the inner front ball joint that will push the outer out. Because that moves this whole arm, and this pivot point down here needs to stay parallel with the car. We have designed basically a caster shim to fit within the lattice structure between, so then it secures this arm at that location. The other adjustment we have is a true caster adjustment, which is this arm. It will push the arm forward or back, caster. It's more in depth. And then at the very ball joint, we have two roll center shims. So with it currently as it's positioned central, that would be a 0 roll center. You can adjust the shims, put both on top, both on bottom. It gives you a 1/4 inch both directions. Not a massive amount, but if you can build in a little bit of extra tunability into an arm, why not do it? So that is the main arm. Let's see if we can't break this down. So here you can see inside the arm, we have ribbing that is tongue and grooved into the main base plates that then weld to this tube and to the outer ball joint. You can see all the tongue and groove spots where the ribbing will bolt into it. So you've seen the CAD file, and now this is coming to life. We have our main body pieces. We have our exterior skeleton pieces, which these slugs fit right in. Here's all the different slugs, different heights, so then you can change where it sits. And then on the back side of this is the flange of the nut just fits in there and then slides up and down. Flange of the nut fits right in there as well. Here you see some of our interior ribbing. So this piece will get bent and snap into there. This piece here. This piece will kind of get a little roll and fit in there. And then I'll have to notch that just a little bit more, and that fits in there and then gets welded up here in the tube. So I didn't film this one as I just wanted to get the welder dialed in and everything else, but you can see the interior ribbing. So this should be mighty strong. Let's get all these pieces cleaned up, DA'd, and tacked together so we can start building the second control arm. So when I went through and cleaned up, I just put small little chamfers on all the corners. That allows it So when you go to put it into the actual body, the sharp corners don't catch the edges and it allows it to go in nicely. So now I just need to fit all the other braces on both sides and then start doing all the plug welds on the top side. Go through, clean all those off, and then like the piece back here, I can start welding the, I'll call it an exoskeleton together. I also have, let's see here. The outer ball joint is its own separate piece. So that's where these two will come in. We've got our side pieces that'll fit nicely. The bottom, so on and so forth. Well, so, hold on. So we have our separate ball joint, we have our outer piece. As you can see, there is a gap. So what we came up with were 2 shims that fit either side. It can be top, bottom, you know, in the middle. So that will adjust your outer roll center within this. So thought that was a pretty neat design. You can see here on the welded arm that the lattice perfectly fits around the shoulder of the bolt. Then the lower section again has the adjustment tab. On the underside, again the shoulder of the nut just fits inside. This should stop the hardware from walking. And to show this, so as you adjust camber by lengthening or shortening the heim joint on this end, the rear arm needs to pivot so it stays parallel to the body. So you can see we have about 1 1/16 play. Here's our 0 set. And this is our furthest down. So I think that came out pretty well. So we've got both sides nicely plug welded. Good penetration all the way around. So now I'm gonna sand this off. I'm gonna bring this back to work in the morning and sandblast all of the corners. Like on this, I welded that inside edge in between each slot just to help give it more support. So I'll get that sandblasted. And here's the part sandblasted. You can see the seams are nice and clean. It'll make welding very easy. It'll get rid of any kind of contaminants, and you'll get a better weld. So I'm gonna wrap part 1 up right here, and we'll start part 2 tonight.